welcome to this, and this, as the title says, will be another little review, thoughts, blah blah blah, on the latest episode of the NWA Wrestling Showcase, only because I think I'm the only person that even cares about this show, but hey, I figured I would at least, give my thoughts on it. I had started doing it, and I figured I would just keep doing it. It gives me something to do, and I think I'm back on a decent sleep schedule now, so the video should be coming once a day, once more. I know some of you don't care, but anyways. Let's get started with this, shall we? We started off the show with the little promo package we've gotten on the other shows, except this time there weren't any flubs, at least none that I noticed. And they talked about the fact that, Blue Demon and the Border Patrol apparently had maybe a little war starting, all of this sort of thing. And with that, the Border Patrol came out and cut a little promo. It was an okay promo. Wasn't a great promo. Issued an open challenge, and then Brent Albright, yay, Brent Albright, came out and said, I'll take out the open challenge. I wanted their leader, didn't get their leader, got Nathan Rulez, who is the ex-Chain Gang member, I guess, from the group, to take on Brent Albright. They went about 10 minutes. They went about 5 minutes too long, because this ended in a no DQ. It was slow. It was plotting. It was okay, but it wasn't good okay. It was just kind of okay. Not what you would expect from Brent Albright, but it was alright for what it was. The heels did the heelish stuff. It was old school, and when I mean old school, I mean old school. It worked okay. Ended in a DQ, which really didn't work for me, but oh well. What are you gonna do, I guess. Then we came back, went to commercial, came back, and we got the NWA Hertaige title match. Brandon Gaston versus the NWA Hertaige Champion, Ryan Taylor. I have a problem with this match because they announced it's going to be an NWA Hertaige Championship match. I believe if you go to the NWA website and you go to the Roll Call of Champions, I cannot find the NWA Hertaige Champion on there. Since Adam Pearce won this originally, and then Sean Waltman won this afterwards, I have continually tried to find out what exactly the NWA Hertaige Champion is. I have not been able to find out, and at no point on this show did they allow me to know what the NWA Hertaige Champion was, where it ranked with the rest of the championships. You say World Champion, most people know what that means. You say a National Champion, most people kind of get what that is. You say a North American Champion, most people understand what that is. You can talk about the different regional championships, most people would know what that is. At no point did they explain what the NWA Hertaige Champion was. It was defended on this show, so it wasn't like it was a regional title. And they went in depth in talking about this title's short existence, and talking about the fact that Adam Pearce, former NWA champion, had won it, and that Sean Waltman had won it, and that he had lost it to T.J. Perkins, and that T.J. Perkins had then lost it to Ryan Taylor. At no point did we get an explanation of what this title is. If somebody out there knows what this title is, I would love to know, because the NWA, apparently, I can't find anywhere on the maybe I'm just blind, but at least on the TV show, you should have explained what this was. This was an okay little match. Nothing great. Was definitely better than the opener, not just because it actually ended, but because it did have some good action, and both guys were young guys. A little bit of high flying, not a lot of high flying, but it worked. It was okay. An okay little 10-minute TV match. So there we go there. Then we had the NWA World Tag Team match. Squash City here. Hector Canales versus Ricky Mandel, I believe. And Hector, I believe it was Hector, was the one that was supposed to take on Blue Demon the night before, last week. Was not able to get his championship shot. So Blue Demon said, okay, get a partner and you can take on the World Tag Team Champions. the SkullKrushers, which even the announcers noted that was real great, Blue Demon. That's probably what he wanted. So the SkullKrushers came out. SkullKrushers killed some bitches, which that's what they're setting them up to do, to be a big monster, you know, Road Warriors type of team. They won, got on the mic, called out the Young Bucks. Young Bucks came out. There was a little altercation, a little bit of a brawl. The Young Bucks, you know, showed that, you know, they had some guts and they'd stand in there and they weren't scared of the SkullKrushers. So that worked as far as a little TV segment went. Then the Young Bucks were supposed to take on Fidel Fernandez and Johnny Yuma, but they were apparently in the back, still scuffling with the SkullKrushers. So Muscle Gang, who I have never heard of in my life, came out, who is this big black guy from Tokyo, from Yokohama, I guess. I can't remember. Somewhere in Japan. He's supposed to be some Japanese wrestler who, I'm guessing he's an indie wrestler from over there somewhere. Was supposed to, I guess he was trying to play the role of the big giant, except that he's not a big giant. He's probably 6'6". He did the let me step over the ropes thing, except that, you know, he's not Kevin Nash stepping over the ropes. Let me put it that way. So he came out. This was pretty much a squash match of Muscle Gang kind of just going out there and killing some guys. This was actually kind of fun to watch. Muscle Gang actually kind of impressed me in some ways, and in other ways I thought it was kind of funny because he was definitely supposed to be a heel. He was definitely supposed to be, you know, the kind of psycho, you know, one-man gang type of heel. And he got over because he was just so dominant, I think. But he did seem to get over more than a lot of the guys on any of the other shows kind of did. So that was something. But then he did the smart thing, and after the match he went out and got in the fans' faces. But I think the fans kind of enjoyed that. Yeah, it seemed like he got over pretty well. So there was that. And then during all of this, while all this was going on, they announced that Brent Albright was going to take on another member of the Border Patrol. Here's my thing with this, is that your world champion last week, I wouldn't say barely, but had a competitive match with one of the Border Patrol members who wrestled twice last week. Brent Albright wrestled twice this week, and the Border Patrol had to, this time he took on Derrick Sanders, had to cheat to beat Brent Albright both times. Storyline-wise, I guess that works, but, you know, I don't think it makes your champion look too great, just in my opinion. But Brent Albright and Derrick Sanders went out there, had another okay match, and then the Border Patrol got involved. Another DQ. Brent Albright called out the Border Patrol's leader for next week. Apparently, that is what we're going to get next week as a semi-main event or a main event or whatever they're going to do. This show was about as good as the first show, I would say, where I thought the first show was better than the second show, and I thought this show was as good as probably the first show. Still not as good as the stuff from Season 1, as I will call it, but I definitely can see it maybe getting to that point. Again, it did bug me that they didn't explain exactly what the Hertaige Championship was. I would have liked to have known that. But I'm sure that's just me nitpicky griping a little bit. But we'll see. We'll see if things start to pick up any. Like I said, you know, it is what it is. If you would like to see the show, you can go to. I'm not sure if it's working yet, but this one actually my DVR actually taped, so I was able to watch it on my TV. But I believe it is up and running on the NWA site. So you can go there and you can watch this if you would like. There you go. With that, I am out. Have a good one. Later.